Hi everyone, my name is Andrea. I'm part of the social media team for Arias Medical, and I have with me one of our clinical staff nurses, Betsy. As of recent, in the news, there's been a lot of talk about the eNLC and the changes that impact most of our nurses and their licensure process. We've been getting a bunch of questions on social media about what it is, how will it impact me in my traveling. So we really want to take this opportunity and kind of give you the 411 about the eNLC. Betsy, if you wouldn't mind, just kind of jumping right in and telling us, what is the eNLC?
Right, so it is a little confusing and it is changing frequently, so it's good to keep on top of it. So the NLC is the old compact that we used to have, and that was under the premise that if your home state was in the compact, and there were 25 of them originally, then you could work temporarily in all of the remaining states in the compact. So, but then as of January 19th of this year, it changed into the eNLC, which the E stands for enhanced. So it's the Enhanced Nursing Licensure Compact. And now there are 29 states that are involved in that compact. Same concept, such as that you can work, if you have a home state license, you can work in the other states as well on a temporary basis.
Okay. So is this just for nurses, or LPNs included in this group too?
Nurses and LPNs.
Okay, awesome, great. You know, I know that you mentioned that, you know, it went from 25 to the original compact state to now 29. So what states are, you know, still pending? How many states? Do you know that?
Yeah, so the original compact were 25 states. The eNLC are now 29 states, and then that leaves 21 other states that are just single states on their own.
Okay.
So if you wanted to work in one of those states, you would need a license in that particular state.
Okay. Does it vary depending on each state, or is it all going to be, you know, in unison, one lump sum as far as getting passed to be the eNLC?
Well, it all has to be passed through the state's legislature, so the states are kind of trickling in.
Sure.
We just found out last week that Kansas is now going to join, and that will go into effect 2019.
Okay.
So, again, it's a constantly changing thing, and, you know, it could be next week, and there's another state that's happened.
Okay. So when states are wanting to become or join part of the eNLC from the original NLC, what are 4 or 5 of the top guidelines for them to, you know, abide and be brought into the eNLC?
So one of the things that they wanted to accomplish with the eNLC is they wanted to have standardized criteria for all the nurses that would be working in these compact states. So there are actually 11 points of criteria that a nurse needs to meet. A lot of them are the common ones that we're all aware of. Must have graduated from a board-approved school, must have passed the NCLEX. They would need to pass an English proficiency test if that was required. They can't have a felony. They can't have a misdemeanor that is related to nursing.
Sure.
They need a valid Social Security number. They also can't be currently enrolled in an alternative program, and they would need to self-disclose if they were in an alternative program. And then in addition to that, they also need to match the criteria that they might individually have in their home state.
Okay. Excellent. And you said, so there's 11 of them, so we just touched on a few. So if you want to check out all 11, head to the website or the link below, and that'll direct you to the rest of the 11. But real quick, Betsy, you know, before we, you know, send everyone off, can you give us a rundown or the highlights of why becoming part of the compact, you know, the eNLC is beneficial for nurses?
Sure. Well, it's beneficial to the states because they can share information a lot easier. It's beneficial to nurses because if you have a multi-state eNLC license, you can practice in 29 total states without having to get an individual license. So that saves a lot of time and money.
Awesome. Excellent. Well, I appreciate your time, Betsy, and working through this with us and explaining the difference between the NLC, the eNLC, some changes that are going to be happening. Of course, we want to be a resource for all of our travelers out there and keep them updated. But as Betsy had mentioned earlier, that healthcare and the industry is changing on a regular basis. So, Betsy, do you have any other websites or areas that they can go to maintain additional information and be up to date as far as the licensure process goes?
Yeah, and that's really the best place to get the information because, you know, the information is changing so quickly. So there's the ncsbn.org. So that is the latest up-to-date information on the different states that are joining the eNLC and where they are in the legislation process. And then if you want to know where you can work yourself currently, you could visit the NURSYS website. That's NURSYS.com. And they have a new feature where you can just type in your name and then it will give you a list of all the states that you can work in currently.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much, Betsy, for helping us out and helping our travelers understand, you know, what's going on as far as the eNLC goes. This will be a 3-part series, so if you do have questions that we did not answer this time around, please comment below, and we will get to them in the next 2 videos that we send out for you guys. Thanks so much.